Today I am bringing you guys some news that I have recently found out last night. This little girl has been missing for a while. Her name is Gabriella. She is located in the Florida area. The mom is not giving up no information at all. We don't know if Miss Gabriella is, still with us here or, she's with the Lord. But our fingers is crossed that she's with us and somebody came and got her and is taking very, very good care of her. And if she is out there somewhere with someone, please call the crime number. Like they were saying, drop her off. If you don't want to take her to the police station, be involved. Drop her off at a hospital. Drop her off at a fire station. Drop her off somewhere that's, that she can be safe, But if you do have her, please bring her home. Or if you have any information about her, please speak up, okay? This is not the time to hold back. This is the time to mind everybody's business, okay? We not mind our own business this time. Well, not when it comes to kids. Not when it comes to kids. But I just want you guys to enjoy this video. This is something that I am passionate about, have always been passionate about. I just never had the courage or, to actually go and talk about things like this. But I had started my own outreach program. Well, not my own, but I'm taking over my mom's old outreach program. I was going to start my own outreach program called Your Voices, Our Missions. But my mom had already had an outreach program when we was younger. And when me going through my situation of SA, it also helped me, get through things.
A 10-year-old little girl is missing. Where is Gabrielle? Please join us in our search for this 10-year-old little girl. Joining me, two incredible guests, straight out to Dave Mack, Crime Stories investigative reporter. What can you tell me about Gabrielle?
Nancy, Gabrielle Terrelonge is a 10-year-old little girl who has a very, up until recently, overprotective mother in Pasha Davis. We do not know where Gabrielle is right now. And her father, Gordon, has been looking for her ever since the middle of October when he saw that Pasha Davis, Gabrielle's mother, was in jail in South Florida. And he called and said, "Where's my daughter? Who has my daughter?" And they said, "We don't know about a daughter." Pasha Davis has been silent ever since.
This is an eerie reminder of when Top Mom Casey Anthony's parents, Georgia Cindy Anthony, confronted her behind bars about where is Kelly, and she went through the roof.
Fact.
Watch.
I don't know what's going on. My entire life has been taken from me. Everything has been taken from me. You guys are not understanding my side on this, and I'm sorry. They don't let it go.
I still don't know how Casey Anthony walked. Some mothers do not need to be parents. I swear, I still don't understand how this lady walked. Did that fuck y'all up too? I still don't understand it. That's that privilege. Now, if you know this, exactly, think about it. We had never, no, like what? Ain't no way.
Come on, Casey.
The fact, Dave Mack, that she is not answering her husband. Guys, a missing Margate girl's father says he confronted the mom. There she is. There's Gabrielle in a jailhouse visit. Now, that occurred on Thanksgiving Day. He hoped he could get answers from her and try to find his daughter. Didn't work. Brian Fitzgibbons is joining us, Director of Operations, USPA Nationwide Security. He leads a team of investigators who go around the world looking for missing people. See, one problem we've got amongst so many trying to find this little 10-year-old girl, if you have any information regarding her disappearance, if you think you've seen this beautiful little child, just 10 years old, please dial 954-493-8477. There is a $5,000 reward, and it is climbing. Fitzgibbons, one of our problems is we've lost a lot of time.
Absolutely, because Nancy, it's important to remember the last verified sighting of Gabrielle goes all the way back to June 30th, when she was seen at a Greyhound bus stop with her mother, Pasha. So that's June 30th, 2025. She wasn't reported missing until late October by her father, when her father realized that the mother was incarcerated. But that's a 4-month gap of time.
It's very similar, as I said, to Top Mom Casey Anthony. We're not really sure how much time had passed before little Keely was reported missing, at least a month. Same thing in a case that's going on right now. Melody.
You know, I think what's frustrating to me is how so many kids just go up underneath the radar like this. Like it's amazing that, you know what I mean, that we're not talking to our family members so much to where, you know, that gap ain't so wide. Because I'm not understanding as her father, right? You know what I'm saying, or whatever. Like, after a couple of days, it wasn't crazy. You're not talking to your daughter like every day to say goodnight or something. Like, how was 6 months or 4 months able to go by before somebody say, zing, something ain't right? Like, we ain't laying eyes. Like, I see my nephew. I talk to my nephew. Like, you know what I'm saying? We can't go no weeks without me saying, where the fuck is Juan? And I'm calling somebody about it. You know what I'm saying? That's not weird. That shit is weird to me, bro.
The Buzzard, a gorgeous little girl, last seen with her mother on a cross-country trip, never seen again. It does not bode well. Dave Mack, why is mom behind bars?
Well, it goes back to two different things, Nancy, but she was first arrested for shoplifting food from a dollar store on October the 17th. It was during that incarceration where Gordon Terrelonge finds out she's in jail and calls and says, "Where's my daughter?" Well, the police go to Pasha Davis in jail and say, "Well, where is your daughter?" And she says, "Oh, I gave Pasha to her father back in July." So they actually cut her loose right then. $200 bail, get out. Well, a couple of days go by. November 4th, they realize she never gave Gabrielle to her father. The father is saying, "I'm looking for her." And they rearrest Pasha Davis again, this time on November 4th, for child neglect and for withholding information about where her daughter is located. They even charged her with providing false information to police.
You know, you were commenting about how she did not reveal the truth to the dad. It turns out that the mother was living pillar to post in no particular place and dragging the little girl, Gabby, along with her. Gabby, according to reports, was last seen sleeping in an alleyway. Sleeping in an alleyway. A 10-year-old little girl. She could have been sold and worse. So, Dave Mack, you stated that at first mom was arrested for theft by shoplifting. Then the little girl is spotted sleeping in an alley. Would the mother rather her child be dragged from alleyway to alleyway to home to home?
I hate to say this, but she might have ended up in the wrong hands, man. Because I'm trying to understand. It sounds like to me that this lady might have got locked up shoplifting, and this little girl might have been there, and they didn't know she had a daughter with her, and this little girl was left to fend for herself at 10 years old. It's like, because I'm not understanding. They saying it's not specific when the last time they seen this little girl. I mean, at first they saying all the way back to June. Now they saying October on the flyer. Like, when is the last time somebody physically seen her? They not being very clear about that part.
To man, rather than let the father take care of her. Look at this girl.
She do, Ms.
I don't know if she's dead or alive.
She do.
Nancy, you're absolutely right when you say, what was she willing to do to keep her daughter to herself and away from Gordon, the father? I do want to back up. The picture you see of Gabby on the cardboard in the alleyway, that photo was taken by Gordon Terrelonge's sister. They were looking for Gabby and for Pasha to find out where they were so they could bring them home. They have places to stay. Gabby has plenty of places that her mother could take her to stay in comfort. But Pasha just refuses and doesn't want to relinquish any control of Gabby to any of Gordon's. Bring them home. Photo was taken by father. I do want to back up. The picture you see of Gabby on the cardboard in the alleyway, That photo was taken by Gordon Terrelonge's sister. They were looking for Gabby and for Pasha to find out where they were so they could bring them home. They have places to stay. Gabby has plenty of places that her mother could take her to stay in comfort. But Pasha just refuses.
No, ain't no way you can refuse. If you got this picture, if you could take this picture of this baby on in the floor, you take the father, you take the motherfucking baby and you go straight to the precinct. How was you able to take a picture and then just leave? Can somebody explain how they can do that?
And doesn't want to relinquish any control of Gabby to any of Gordon's family. So after they took that photo of Gabby in the alleyway sleeping on cardboard, that's when she got back together. Pasha Davis got back together with Gordon briefly. Then they had an argument in Kissimmee, Florida, and she had Gordon thrown in jail. She takes off then. That's where this case has continued to back and forth, is that Pasha Davis keeping Gabby to herself and away from everyone else up until the point where we last see them getting on that bus together on June 30th. Because you know what, Nancy? 7 days later, July 7th, 2025, Pasha Davis is seen getting on that bus alone. Gabby hasn't been seen since June 30th.
You know, Dave Mack, it sounds very much like the case of Melody Buzzard, where Melody was seen with her mother, who was wearing some getup with a wig and different clothing in a car rental. And that's one of the last times Melody was ever seen. It's around transport with the mom, and somewhere along the way, the child just gets lost or given away. You're telling me, Dave Mack, that there were places for the child to stay, but the mom refused?
Absolutely, and that's the part that really breaks your heart, Nancy. Gordon Terrelonge, the father of Gabrielle, he has consistently made a way for Pasha Davis to be with Gabrielle in a safe area, safe environment, whether it's a hotel in Orlando or a home in South Florida. She's had places. She's chosen to, as you said, drag this little girl from pillar to post. And by the way, Nancy, Gordon has tried to, in the past, get Gabby involved in school activities. But as soon as he would, Pasha would grab her back and has repeatedly said she...
No, Dad, I'm sorry. You weak. You weak. There's enough evidence right now to know that she's not a fit mama. You leaving this little girl in her hands, bro, make you a weak father, bro. I don't give a fuck what nobody say. You weak, bro. It ain't nowhere in the world. It ain't no way.
She's been homeschooling her daughter. She's kept Gabby out of public interaction to the point where when she is last seen on June 30th, with plenty of other options to go, we don't see anything. I do want to mention something, Nancy. October 17th, when Pasha Davis is actually incarcerated for the stealing of food, Gabby's not there with her. She's put in jail, and that's when Gordon finds out, hey, man, Pasha Davis is in jail. Where's my daughter? You mentioned that Gordon had visited Pasha Davis in jail. He did. He went on Thanksgiving Day and said, please, just tell me where my baby is. This man has been doing everything he can. He has stood and looked for his daughter, and Pasha Davis flat out refuses to communicate.
Yeah, she a nothing mother. You feel what I'm saying? She's a nothing mother. You know what I mean? I don't like her. Period. And you a nothing man. You know what I'm saying? She was dealt a real fucked up hand, bro. Damn, bro, like that is so messed up, on so many different damn levels, bro.
At all with anyone about Gabby.
Brian Fitzgibbons is joining us, Director of Operations, USPA Nationwide Security, who leads a team of investigators locating people around the world. I'm going to circle back to you about what we need to do now to find Gabrielle, also known as Gabby. She's just 10 years old. But I want you to take a look at this video that we obtained from our friends at NBC6. This is Mom in court. Mom still refusing to answer any questions about Gabby's location.
That is so fucking sick. Control. It ain't just fucked up men out here. She coming in this bitch looking like a Vidalia onion. You know what I'm saying, or whatever. The least you could do is say what happened to your little girl. Like, for real, bro. Like, that just goes to show you right then and there who really don't care at all for their kids. You know what I'm saying? Or whatever. Like, how can you be silent at a time like this, dog?
She has been uncooperative from the start, refusing to discuss where her daughter is. She even refused to give her name to the police, stating that, I don't think it's fair I have to give my name. Brian Fitzgibbons, is it unusual or is it SOP, standard operating procedure, when you see a missing child has been cut off from friends or relatives, the way the mom here has cut her off from her dad, from school, from extracurricular activities, and isolates her?
I'll tell you, this is more common than you would think, especially with very contentious custody issues, as you saw Gabrielle's parents had. And then you add in, mental health problems with the law. This is not outside the realm of possibility. And one thing I will add, there has to be hope here that Pasha handed Gabrielle off to some associate or person known to her or her family, and that's the reason that they're not providing this information. I think that's the greatest hope right now for Gabrielle, and that this word can get out there and they can realize that she is indeed missing and that people are looking for her.
Isn't it true?
Any person that she handing her off to, for you not to be able to come forward, it lets me know that you just is demon filled as the mama. Because there would be no reason for you not to say anything if this little girl was in your possession. So that means you are just as fucking whatever you are. You feel me? And it makes me sad because it ain't no telling what the fuck is happening with her. You know what I mean? Like, it could go so many different ways. I just pray that she's still here. You know what I mean? And the sad part is, if she is here, I feel so terrible because it seems like the company that the mama kept ain't shit.
Brian Fitzgibbons, that very often domestic feuding.
Anytime you let your daughter sleep on a motherfucking alleyway on a cardboard before letting her sleep in with a roof up over her head, you know what I'm saying, despite how you feel about her father, that's crazy to me.
Can get in the way of finding your missing child.
Yeah, because, you have people on all sides of this. And
today's video,
let's say hypothetically that Gabrielle is staying with an associate of Pasha right now. They're feeling righteous in their actions, putting a roof over her head, feeding her, providing her clothing and things like that. So they feel that they're doing the right thing. And the word here is they have to come forward. If you're housing Gabrielle right now, you've got to call authorities. You've got to come forward. And we need to make sure that this little girl is safe.
We're getting conflicting reports. Dave Mack, Crime Stories investigative reporter. Other reports are stating that Gabrielle Terrelonge was last seen near a mall, the Florida Mall. We can't even pin down the last known sighting, can we? That does not bode well for the search.
It don't.
Actually, when Orlando and the mall that they're talking about there, that is actually near where the bus was. Gabby was seen getting off a bus with Pasha Davis at the Florida Mall, which is in Orlando. She had been living previously in the months before in the Orlando area, and at one point in time with her father, Gordon Terrelonge, and Pasha Davis and Gabby were in a hotel in Orlando. But again, all of that ends June 30th, right there at that bus stop where you see her getting off of a bus with her mom. And then a week later, you see Davis by herself getting on the bus.
Take a listen to Gabrielle's father begging for the public to help find his daughter.
It's a lot of conflicting times when the last sighting was seen of her. But right now, how they can pinpoint it is June. It's showing June 30th of 2025 was the last time she was actually spotted. Now, they're saying that she was spotted at a bus stop with her mother. But they're saying a week later, you know what I'm saying, her mother was shown at that same bus stop getting back on the bus, but without Gabrielle. You know what I'm saying? She's 10 years old, and nobody knows what happened to her. But The father is claiming that he did not even know that she was missing because the mother got locked up in October, okay, for shoplifting or whatever. And it wasn't until then when the father was like, well, where's my daughter? You dig what I mean? And then that goes to show you that they started going a little bit backwards and realized that she had not been seen since June. So you're talking about almost, what is that, 7-8 months since the last time somebody seen this little girl.
I'm here to talk about my missing daughter, Gabrielle Terrelonge. If anybody has heard anything or can give us any whereabouts or seen them anywhere, please. I beg. I'm begging from the bottom of my heart. I just want to find my daughter. I want her to come home. If she's out there and she can hear me now, we're gonna find you. Just hold on.
That from our friends at Fox 35 Orlando. He states it has been a nightmare searching for his daughter. Tonight, we don't know her last known sighting. We don't know if she has been given away, if she has been sold, if she was put on a Greyhound bus and sent to God only knows where. Has she been taken in by misguided people thinking they're doing the right thing? All I know tonight is mom is not cooperating and dad is begging. What now, Brian Fitzgibbons, USPA nationwide security?
The family, Gordon's family, needs to continue to push to get the word out about Gabrielle. That is the most pressing thing right now, because I believe that the greatest chance that Gabrielle is alive and okay is that she's being harbored by an associate or a family member of Pasha.
What about it, Dave Mack? Tell us what's happening now. I have not seen this covered anywhere. It's like Gabrielle never did exist.
And let me stop it right the fuck there.
What about it, Dave Mack? Tell us what's happening now. I have not seen this covered anywhere. It's like Gabrielle never did exist.
This is a white lady. A lot of us hadn't even heard of Gabrielle. This is what I scream every single day. That's why it's so important to share shit. Because it makes no sense to me why certain things like this is not heard. It's not heard because we ain't making no noise about it. All it takes is one share. That's all it takes is one share. We share the hell out of Naziah. But I say all the time, there is so many other babies, man, who need a voice.
When I was stuck between Paige,
we got somebody else doing our jobs, y'all. This is Gabrielle look like you and me. But Nancy Grace is sharing it. We ain't doing it, y'all. We got to do so much fucking. It's only going to take one share. One person somewhere that said, oh, hold on. That's all it takes, bro. That's all it takes. Put down in the comments if this is the first time you're hearing about Gabrielle.
She's missing. A 10-year-old little girl is missing, Dave Mack.
And not just missing, Nancy, but we actually have a documented timeline that we can start with from June 30th through July 7th. I think that's the key period to look at, because that's the time we see her getting off the bus with her mom, and then we see mom getting on the bus without her daughter, Gabby. Then we go forward, as we've mentioned now, from the time that Pasha Davis was arrested in October on the 17th, she has been not just uncooperative, but she's lied to police about the whereabouts of her daughter. She has ignored the child's father, Gordon, who is just asking, tell me where my baby is. And here we are, all these months later, Pasha Davis still in jail and still not talking. She's the only person who could know what she did with her daughter, and she still claims her story. I gave Gabby to her dad back in July. That's her story, and she's sticking to that.
That is a very eerie reminder of cult mom Lori Vallow. When a welfare check was made at the insistence of relatives of JJ and Tylee, two of her children. She told authorities that the children were with relatives and actually even gave an address. LE goes to that location the following day. They're not there. They circle back to cult mom Lori Vallow, and she has actually moved out. She's gone. The remains of Tylee and JJ were found in a pet cemetery on the property of her new husband, the so-called prophet, Chad Daybell. Both of them are convicted in those murders now. But it's a clear case of hide the ball, Brian Fitzgibbons. Dave Mack is right. The little girl, Gabrielle, last seen, we think, at a mall with her mom. She's vanished. The mom says she doesn't know where her daughter is. Gabrielle Terrelonge, 10 years old, last seen getting off a Greyhound bus with her mom at the Florida Mall, Orlando. When asked later, where is Gabrielle, she says, with her dad. She was not with her dad, like in the case of cult mom Lori Vallow, and it was at that point her dad reports her missing, shortly after the FBI issues a missing child alert. We are joining...
And, things in that sort. So her thing is called Imagine Me. It's a young women's outreach ministry. I think, I'm not sure if I was going to all women's. I might start off as all ladies and eventually add the guys, but I just feel like in this day and age, I think all kids need it, So basically, Imagine Me is this, imagine yourself being free. It's just like the Kirk Franklin song, Imagine Me being free. No matter what your mama did, no matter what your daughter did. You know what I'm saying? No matter what nobody did to you, you just imagine you being free. So that's my little outreach that I am going to focus on this year, outside of my business, CW Beauty. But yeah, y'all, I just want to get on here and introduce y'all to this story. If y'all have not seen it before, please share it to all you guys' platforms. Talk about it. I will be posting more videos like this as well. So I'll see you guys in the next clip. Bye.
People be fucked up out in this world, man.
To you. Help us find Gabrielle. There is a $5,000 reward for anyone with information about Gabrielle's whereabouts. And breaking right now, that $5,000 reward has now been raised by Broward County Crime Stoppers to $10,000. $10,000 for information leading to Gabrielle. Just think about it. This little girl is 10 years old. She could be out on the streets alone, hungry, alone, in the elements. Please help us find Gabrielle.
And let me explain something to you. Let me tell you what's more important than money. Sharing it. You know what I mean? This video will be up shortly. You feel what I mean? Everybody and their mama, let's get a picture. Let's share this picture on our stories and things like this. Because there's one thing about people, all right? Whether they're a killer or murderer or whatever the fuck the case may be. You know what I mean? One thing about the motherfuckers, they are going to be on social media. So let's all do our thing. Somebody somewhere done seen this little girl. Let's just do our due diligence. And it is free. And it takes nothing but 5 seconds. So let's get a picture. I'll put one on my community story right now. You know what I mean? One of the mods, please. Let's get a picture of her. This picture preferably with the Crime Stopper thing in there. Let's get this picture on my community wall. Let's share this everywhere. Somebody somewhere have seen her. Now listen, this is one time where we can get a lot of places at once. All it's going to take us for us to do that, okay? That's all I care for y'all to do. Let's bring this baby home. Somebody done seen this little girl. Somebody has done it. Let's just do our part.
The tip line, again, 954-493-8477. Repeat, 954-493-8477.
I hate the head starts people be getting since June.
Thank you, and...
You know what I mean? Since June, we be behind, y'all. We got to make sure we share this. Let's make sure we get it shared. It's going to be up momentarily. You know what I'm saying? Or whatever. The picture and everything that you need to share will be up right now. We're getting that done right this second. But as far as the video, it will be up as well. So put it on your stories tomorrow. Let's just share some awareness. Somebody could be sitting in Florida and just going through some shit. And say, oh, hold on, ain't that who just moved in? Not, that's all it takes sometimes, bro, for us to bring the case wide the fuck open. So let's do it. Y'all stay tuned.